weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Maybe it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've promised corn for papa. The lights turn way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. Finally, kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear will still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've promised corn for papa. The lights turn way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Let it snow, and snow. Let it snow. Lights turn way down low. Let it snow, and snow.
Yo. What is up, my dog? This is the Rick T Podcast, and I'm your host, Eric.
And I'm your host, Tony Cave, and I just want to let Jay know I'm 6 beers deep, and I'm about to go 6 beers more.
And I'm Big Motherfucking Jello, here to kill it one more week. Let's do this.
Let's get get it. Let me pop this camera on.
You said that shit like this is your last week, Jello.
I know. I'm like, you ain't going nowhere, nigga. Shit.
That's why I said again.
So,
we'll do this again. I'll lead again.
Shout out to
I
my
think
boy.
they'll be fire.
Shout out to my boy Little J6. Shout out to my boy Nuclear Waffle 101. And shout out to our very new follower, aka my dad, Edub8485. What up, Edub? Welcome to the show.
Yo, your dad said, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, he didn't
I'm
believe it.
dead.
I seen him follow me, and I was like, "Oh shit, he might tune in tonight." Okay.
Tune into the one episode we go be roasting the Dolphins.
I don't even know who they play, but we're gonna see, bro. So let's get right into it, man. This is a Saturday podcast, man. So you know we taking our guesses. So drop your guesses in the chat. You go 13 for 13. You get a free Rick T t-shirt, custom made, however the fuck you want it, man. Jello, Tony, how you guys doing on this Saturday?
Doing good.
Doing all right?
Good as always.
Hell
Fueled
yeah.
by beer and pizza at this point. So let's
I
do it.
feel- You get them kids to sleep?
They're out.
They're out. My
It took
dog
a
is
minute.
out too, bro. Slumped.
Mine's out too.
You're like my son's in the back sleeping on the bed. Hell no. But we're gonna get right into it, man. This one's gonna get real serious real early because of what this fucking first game is, and you know who I'm gonna start it with. This first game, Tony, coming to you. Saints 9-2 at Falcons 4-7. The Falcons just came off a fucking major blowout dub to the motherfucking Raiders, and the Saints are without a starting quarterback right now. So how you feeling on this one, bro?
I'm a man of my word, and I told Jay that I'd rock with the Saints unless they're playing the Steelers and the Chiefs. So who dat, baby? We're taking the Saints on this one.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Jello, coming to you on this one. This is going to be a potential game of the week, in my opinion. Saints 9-2 at Falcons 4-7. How you feeling on this one?
I mean, I gotta go Saints on this one here. I mean, Falcons ain't consistent. They played a overall shitty Raiders team at that point. I mean, Saints gonna blow it out. They got some good defenders out there. I mean, Winston's still out there on the bench eating those dubs while Hill's killing it. So I think this is gonna be one of those games where Saints have another 5 rushing touchdowns.
My boy hit that dub, boy. My boy hit that dub. Watch him pull Jameis out. I'm going to laugh. Saints 9-2 at Falcons 4-7. As much as I like the Falcons lineup on paper, along with a lot of other people, but then there's people like Jalen and my dad who think that the Falcons are just complete ass on paper. Like Julio doesn't have anything, and Matt Ryan's not second in passing. But I'm going to go Saints as well on this one. Who dat? There's no way the Falcons are going to come out here in a divisional game against the 9-2 Saints. Get that? I said 9-2. That's the best record in the NFC right now. 9-2 Saints are going to come out here and just destroy the Falcons. It's going to be nasty. I think Alvin Kamara goes for a 150 plus with 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. You know what I'm saying? I think there's going to be some crazy shit going on with one of them. And I don't really believe in Michael Thomas lately, so I'm going to go Alvin Kamara on this one. I think it's going to be intense. Any of you guys got anything else to say on that one?
So I think my bold thing for this week, just like last week, is I think Latavius Murray's going to be that number 1 back. I mean, the way he's playing, and against a defense like the Falcons, I think he could do it. But fun fact, the only thing I'll give the Falcons credit for right now is Ryan is 5th in passing yards right now. Really doesn't mean nothing when your dudes don't score, but that.
I mean, he's up there. My question to you, Jello, is why is Alvin Kamara second? Why isn't he getting that first role?
So I think the big thing here is Kamara has been so big this year on off the pass. So he's been good on catching those passes and getting down the field, where Hill's a running quarterback. He doesn't throw as much. So when he does throw, his main target is Thomas at that point. Just by targets and receptions there. So, and for the downs they have a running back go, it seems like Murray's been the one they go to. So I think just with Breeze out, it's that thing where they're, with the offense they're playing right now, it's just set up for Murray to succeed. So
I like it. We'll go on to the next game. Jello, we'll actually come right back to you. Lions 4-7 at Bears 5-6. How you feeling on this one?
I don't think this could be anything crazy. I was surprised by how Mitch played. I get he had those 2 interceptions and stuff, but his stats were pretty damn close besides passing yards to Tom Brady at that point. So he had the 3 touchdowns. I do like this matchup. with the defensive backs the Lions had for Allen Robinson. I think Jimmy Graham, this could be that game of the year for him. Running game, Montgomery killed it last week with over 100 yards. So I got to give it to the Bears. I think Bears going to go by maybe 10. Nothing too crazy there. I just think overall defensively and offensively, the Bears should be able to pull this one out, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Tony, how you feeling about this one? Lions 4-7 at Bears 5-6.
I'm taking the Bears. I'm never going with the Lions again. The Lions fucked me twice this year already, so I'm taking the Bears. Who's starting at QB?
For the Bears?
It's Mitch.
It's Mitch? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm rocking with the Bears.
Yep, Foles got hurt on his week off again.
Yeah, I hope Foles retires. He needs to start looking at some retirement homes.
I agree. He needs to get his old ass to his family or something. His ass is always on the field somehow. Some way. How the fuck? Good lord. Lions 4-7 at Bears 5-6. I completely 150% agree with Tony on this one. I will never bet on the Lions again in my life. And I don't like the Bears. I don't really like the Bears, and I didn't think Mitch Trubisky did too hot last week, in my opinion. But I definitely don't think the fucking Lions are going to win this one, especially away at 4-7. It's an 11 o'clock game. I'm just making every excuse possible why the Lions will not win this one. So I definitely got the Bears in this one. I got Bears by probably like 14. I think Chicago comes out here and just kills it. Next game, I'll take this one first. Browns 8-3 at Titans 8-3. This will be a potential game of the week if the Browns come out and play how the beginning of the year Browns came out and played. You know what I mean? Because lately they've just kind of been in dogfights and they've barely been able to pull it out or not been able to pull it out, which has kept them in the second in the division, but they just haven't been playing like they were when they had Odell or when Nick Chubb first went down and they turned to a passing team potentially. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Titans on this one. They've been playing really good. Derrick Henry is a fucking monster. No one can stop him. You're going to need to gang tackle him all game, and that's going to tire you guys down, not really tire him down. So I got Titans by 7 in this one. I think it'll be a pretty good game. I'm hoping it'll be a good game, but I definitely got Titans in this one by 7. Tony, coming to you on this one. Browns 8-3 at Titans 8-3. How you feeling on this one?
I like the Browns this year, but I'm going to go with the Titans. I think Henry has a monster game.
Yeah, he's a dog, bro.
I think he's going to play some grown man football against some JV high school kids. I'm going to say Henry, 150 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and one of them's for 40 plus.
Ding, 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 ding. Alright, cool. Just want to say that was a good guess. I like that take a lot. Jello, coming to you on this one. Browns 8-3 at Titans 8-3. How you feeling on this one?
I mean, I got to go Titans. I mean, that's my second team in command at this point. I mean, people doubted them last week, and they gave a big FU to the Colts last week. So, I mean, and look at this. A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf are tied for touchdowns since coming out last year at 16. So, I mean, he's not far off from DK. Maybe with injury, and that's being injured where DK really hasn't. So he's down on receptions, but Brown's a beast. Henry's a beast. I still like Tannehill. He's consistent. If anything, like overall, he's consistent. I don't like that Browns defense against this Titans offense. I don't think it's going to go well whatsoever. I get they got Denzel Ward out there. What's his name? Garrett's going to be back this week or whatever, is playing. But I still don't like this matchup for the Browns. I think they're doing a lot better this year. I think Titans are going to hold Chubb under 80 yards this week. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game on the Browns end. I mean, I got Titans by 17. I think it's going to be like 27-10. I think the Browns just aren't going to be able to get it going. Kevin Byard out there for the Titans, it's going to be nasty. And I feel bad for Baker because I want to see him do good, but this is just not the game for him. So,
look, in chat, Jay said Bears are going to kill them. That was the last game. Tennessee's by 21, which that's what Jello just said, basically. And he said A.J. Brown is a fucking animal. But one question I have for both you and Jalen is why is no one bringing up Corey Damn Davis? This guy's a monster. He's on average for 1,000 yards as a number 2 receiver, and no one's talking about him, man.
I think the big thing is he's had a hot streak for a little bit, but ever since being drafted in 2017, he has not been consistent whatsoever. He completely fell off. And I'm not saying he's not good. Don't get me wrong. Like yards and everything, his stat wise, he's looking good. But when you look overall offense, with AJ Brown being that number one, it takes that spotlight away from him. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not doing great right now. So I feel like if he could do this every week and be consistent every week, that man will shine no problem. It's just people spend 3 full years with nothing from him, so it's just like that's been the big thing there.
Yeah, I feel it. This next game's gonna be a little tough, and it's gonna be really good for my pops if he's still watching. Pops, here we go. Bengals 8-1 at Miami 7-4. Jello, coming right back to you. How you feeling on this one?
Like I've said before, it's gonna be Sco Fins on this one, boy. No way Bengals pull this out with fucking Brandon Allen. There is no way. They're not giving the option for it. They have no run game right now. Fitzpatrick is surprising me. I think that whole getting benched thing just turned him into a whole new person because he hasn't had consistent play like this ever. I know it hasn't been too long since coming back, but I like Fitzpatrick in this matchup. I like Devontae Parker versus that backfield. Those tight ends are getting pretty nasty out there. Running backs, I'm not too hyped for Miami. I think they're under like 7-1. I think it's DeAndre Washington, who I'm not a big fan of. But Miami's defense is killer. Xavier Howard's out there just balling out. So I feel Xavier Howard's going to have one of those big games. I think he's going to have a pick six the way he's playing this year.
He's had a pick like once every like 4 games, wasn't it?
So he has 7 interceptions right now in 12 games or whatever it is, 12 or 11, whatever. So I think Miami's just going to blow this one up. I think this is going to kind of put them on the map this week more than anything. So, yeah, I think Miami's going to win. I'm going to put Miami by 21. I think this offense is hot enough against that shitty of a defense that it could just be a total blowout. I'm not going to say 0 points. I'll give the Bengals like 3, but I'm going to go 24-3 on this one.
I like it. Jalen says Miami by 10. Exactly, Jello. You like to take. Tony, coming back to you on this one. Bengals 8-1 at Dolphins 7-4. How you feeling?
Dolphins, absolutely. I'm going to stick with Jello by 10. I don't even see this being a contest. I think this is honestly. I think my prediction is going to be wrong. I think this is going to be Dolphins by 21.
That's what I put.
Yeah.
But 21. Honestly, I feel it's going to be a kind of a bad thing too. Going down the list, Bengals 8-1 at Miami 7-4. My dad said, "Fins up, baby, fins up." I mean, there's no going against it. Miami's definitely going to win this one. Without Joe Burrow, Miami has really no chance. Miami has some good receivers, low key. Jakeem Grant. They have that Parker dude. And then their tight end is ridiculous. And then I know Gaskins is supposed to come back this weekend. And then
Gaskins playing?
Yeah, Gaskins is supposed to play this weekend. And then along with Fitzmagic still doing the thing he's doing. I don't think they even need Tua. Like I said, I think Tua might potentially be a bust. Maybe in Miami. And it might just be for me, some teams don't make quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And I just don't see Miami making a quarterback other than Dan Marino. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the last one. Same with Denver. I just don't see Denver being a very good spot for quarterbacks to be built up.
Tannehill, that wasn't a horrible thing overall.
But
His play was still there.
Tannehill was decent, but Tannehill was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL for like 4 years in Miami. And then he got out of there, and look what he can do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like they couldn't give him anything. Jalen said Devontae Parker is their best receiver. He's definitely their best receiver. I agree, but watch out for that tight end that they have. I don't know his name right off the bat, but he's crazy.
Gesicki.
Yeah, Gesicki. He's crazy. And then let's bring this up. Their kicker gets like 13 points a game. I don't know fucking how, but he gets like 13 fucking points a game, and that blows my fucking mind. Pisses me off every fucking week. So I definitely got Miami. I'm not going to be as bold as you guys. I don't think the Bengals are just going to lay down and fucking let them fuck them up. It's definitely another group of men on the other side. So I got Miami by 7. I'm gonna keep it close in this one just to keep it a little safer for me. But I do got Miami by 7. Tony, coming to you on this next one. This one's gonna be maybe tough for you. Jaguars 1-10 at Vikings 5-6. How are you feeling? You feeling bold? Like you want to take Jacksonville this week?
No, I'm sticking with the Vikings. Dalvin Cook is my MVP leader right now, in my opinion.
Wow.
Even with missing some plays. I know we got Patrick Mahomes and we got Aaron Rodgers. So mainly I'm talking about people that run the ball. I'm talking about running backs. I'm sticking with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's going to be an animal this week. I'm going to say Dalvin Cook puts up 3 rushing touchdowns, 220 yards.
Damn.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there.
Come on
I mean,
now.
you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Come on now, man. He's got 200 plus yards.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me read chat real quick. Jalen says I got Jags, no cap, and Aaron Rodgers for MVP.
I corrected myself, Jay.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Both y'all are crazy as shit. Jello, coming to you. Don't get disrespectful with this one because I know you have a tendency of doing that with certain teams. And I know it's always you always shit on the Jaguars, and it makes me feel bad because that's Tony's second squad. All right? Jello, coming to you.
He's Raiders second.
Jaguars.
Fuck you.
Jaguars.
I had to take that one.
Jaguars 1-10 at Vikings 5-6. How you feeling on this one?
Vikings, no doubt. Thielen comes back this week off the COVID-19 list. That's going to be a huge thing. Jaguars really don't have any defense, but I don't think it's going to be running the ball. I love Dalvin Cook, but I think it's going to be through the air, after especially what Cousins did last week with Cook being held to what he was. I think Thielen's going to go off. I think he's going to have a couple touchdowns in this one. I think 100-plus yards, nothing crazy. But I think that's going to be the go-to guy this week. They have no backfield there. Like, they don't. They have nothing. But I think more than anything, they're going to try to stop the run. So that's going to be the opening for the Vikings. And on the other side of the ball, this is the one game where the Jags are screwed no matter what. I doubted Glennon. He did okay. But the Vikings have a good run defense. This is not Robinson's week this week. Like, I would bench this man. He is a great running back, don't get me wrong, but this front seven for this team is insane when it comes to the run. So I think it's going to be through the air for the Jags, but I don't think Glennon has in it. I'm going to put Vikings by 7. I'm going to put like 14-7.
I like it. Just keep it a low-scoring game. Keep it kind of basic. Not bad. Jaguars 1-10 at Vikings 5-6. I'm thinking real hard on if this is the game I'm going to bet on. Like, if this is the game I'm going to go ahead and take the Jaguars. But I don't think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go Vikings. I agree with you a lot on this one. Jalen says Kirk Cousins is fucking butt. I agree with that. But I agree with Jello 100%. I think this game will be through the air just to get Thielen kind of back in the mood, and then get Jefferson the ball, get him over 1,000 yards potentially. So I don't know. That team passing is actually really good as much as they're good running. And a lot of people don't like to recognize them for their passing game because a lot of people think like Jalen, Kirk Cousins is butt. But look at his contract. Like, if you really look at that dude's contract, he's smart as shit. He is smart as hell.
All guaranteed.
All guaranteed. Exactly. Shit. All
this is the
money,
last
good
year of
money
it, though,
shit.
so.
He'll go somewhere.
But maybe that's why he's fighting a little bit harder now, so.
But he'll go somewhere. But I got Vikings by 7. I agree with Jello. I'll keep it a low-scoring game. I think it'll maybe be a little bit better game. I think maybe 21-28. But I do keep it at 7. Just because I think they're going to spread the love around. I think there's going to be more than one person scoring touchdowns. But we'll go to the next game. I'll take this one first. Raiders 6-5 at Jets 0-11. Y'all know I got a tendency to rock with the Jets.
Check chat real quick.
Aaron is not the MVP. Honestly, I agree. I don't think he is either. I don't think he's even close.
Who do you think it is, Pat?
Mahomes all day.
Pat. I think he's going to win it.
It's going to be. At this point, there's no doubt.
Jalen said, E-Dub, you tripping. Dad, chill.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. You don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
You didn't have to go there.
Seriously. He said he's up there, maybe 4th. Not in the top 3. I don't know, man. I agree with my dad on that one. Patty, then, if not who? Patrick, and I'm still going to throw Russell in there. As much as he's been playing.
No.
Henry. Derrick Henry's second.
Derrick Henry took Russell's spot.
I'm still thinking Russell. I like Russell.
You're smoking crack in the dumpster then.
I'm smoking crack in the dumpster. But I got Raiders over the Jets. I don't think this one will be really that close. I always try to think the Jets are gonna get their first win, and I don't care how the Raiders came off last week. They are not losing to the Jets in the Jets Stadium. It's just not gonna happen. I got Raiders by 14. I don't know. I don't think Josh Jacobs is playing this weekend. That's why I'm kind of keeping it at 14.
Oh.
So I don't know. It'll be a good game to watch, I think, but it'll just be a wounded dog fighting for its life again. So. Raiders by 14. Tony, coming to you on this one. Raiders 6-5 at Jets 0-11. How you feeling on this one?
I'm taking the Raiders. I'm never, ever, ever gonna say that the Jets are gonna win a game. I think they're tanking and they do it on purpose. They want Lawrence real bad, and I don't want to speak too much on this because there's a player in this game that's on my next segment this week right here on this episode.
It'll be deep. And I'm excited to hear because I actually really don't know who. It can't be Frank Gore. It can't be Joe Flacco. It can't be Sam Darnold. Maybe it's Derek Carr. Maybe it's Sam Darnold. I don't know. Who knows? Find out next. Jalen said Las Vegas all the way.
And if they go undefeated.
My dad said, oh.
Yo, Jello does not like that. Jello does not like that.
Roethlisberger's not even my top 10.
Yo,
Why,
Jello
though?
is a Big Ben hater.
I know, but like, why?
He
though?
does
I don't
not
get it.
like anybody on the Steelers offense, just so you know.
I'm not saying I don't like plays on their offense. I don't like their offense as a whole this year. They're not the reason they're undefeated at this point. Look at the fucking Ravens game. Perfect example there. That's just how I look at it.
I'm being a TikTok like Juju.
You and I are going to keep debating on that all year, Jello.
Yep. We'll see who comes out in the end.
I like that take, Dad. Shit, I need to have my dad as a guest on this show. Shit, the way you talking, it's gonna be crazy. But continue, Tony. Las Vegas at Jets.
Las Vegas, I'm taking them by 10.
I like it. Joe, coming to you on this one. Raiders 6-5 at Jets 0-11. How you feeling?
I have to go Raiders at this point, but they have no Jacobs. It's going to be Devontae Booker starting tomorrow. I mean, I don't think it's going to be nothing crazy, though. I really don't think so. If the Raiders can get beat that bad by the fucking Falcons with no Gurley or Julio, I mean, I think the Jets could put up – this is going to be like that Patriots game, in my opinion. The Raiders are going to come down, end up winning there at the end. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I think this could be the game to not watch this week. Like, I really don't think it's going to be anything special. I mean, they've won, but they play better against the better teams. The shittier the team, the worse they play against them overall. So,
Hold up.
Please
Chat's popping off.
I'm gonna read.
Let me read some of this real quick.
Go ahead, go crazy.
All right. So we'll start from Nuclear Waffle. 10-0 versus a weak-ass schedule. No way they're going undefeated.
yep.
You contradicted
Thank
yourself. You contradicted yourself. 10-0 versus a weak-ass schedule, but they have a weak-ass schedule the rest of the season. So they're definitely going undefeated. Baltimore with Lamar would have lost that game. Lamar's playing like shit this year. He's not playing anywhere near the caliber that he played last year.
Facts.
Little Jay said, hell no. I agree with you, Jay. No way the Steelers lose that game. I'm sorry.
Look, let me just say one thing, Nuclear Waffle.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Okay? Straight up. Straight up, brother. That was disrespectful. Dude, I don't care how you do it. Really, a win is a fucking win. That's what everyone says when they win, but when you lose, it's the other way around. You know what
Any
I'm saying?
given Sunday.
Any given fucking Sunday, and that's the fucking time we're in right now. It's about to be playoffs. Teams are just you seen what the Falcons just did to the Raiders last week, like Jello just said. They just put up fucking like It was like fucking 3-46. Like dead ass. It was fucking horrible. I was so embarrassed for Raider fans, aka Justin. Justin took his jersey. Justin's jersey was hanging off the rail and shit, like he was just ready to give it up. I was like, wow, that's sad, bro. So we all have Vegas on that one. We're gonna go ahead and go to the last 11 o'clock game. Jello, we'll start with you on this one. Colts 7-4 at Texans 4-7. This could be a good game. How are you feeling about this one?
This could be another one of those boring games. There's no Will Fuller. As much as you hate the man, he is balling out this year, but now he's suspended. So
You know why he was balling out, right?
we don't know how.
Go ahead and answer that question. Do you know why he was balling out?
PEDs. Okay, Peyton Manning got called out for doing PEDs too, and turned out not to be true. Yes, Will Fuller tested positive. We don't know how much that helped him, but when you look at it, his play was still good.
Okay, all right, no, no. Performance enhancing drugs are gonna help you play no matter the increment. You could fucking do the tiniest shot in your ass before a game, and you will pop the fuck off. It's a fucking steroid. They're not talking about weed. They're not talking about recreational drugs in general. They're talking about steroids.
Pop off. Jello, you say I don't like him, and yes, I may have like a little fucking vendetta with him. I just don't fuck with Will Fuller. And maybe it's because he has a V at the end of his name. I just don't like it. Alright? But dude, it's Peds. I feel good about. I was dead ass waiting to talk about this game because I was like, I know Jello's gonna bring it up. I know he is, and I'm just gonna sit here and laugh because I said this at the beginning of the season. I was like, he's ass, man. And then he started popping off, and I was like, oh shit, let me shut up about him. And now I'm like, there was a reason he was doing that shit. There's a reason. There's always a reason, bro. I know all three of us played sports. I never did no shit like that, but I mean, I used to smoke weed before my games and shit, and I know even that helped me the slightest bit. You know what I mean? So if weed's helping me, imagine what steroids can do. Like, imagine
You're right.
if my little eyes went out there on steroids, bro, in a high school game.
You'd end up hitting a ref and
fuck
going
up
to jail.
on somebody, bro.
But this one, all right, to finish it off, I'm going to go Colts by 14 on this one.
Thank you.
Another not so exciting game, in my opinion, though.
Oh, shit. Tony, coming to you on this one. That was a little deep for Jello. Colts 7-4 at Texans 4-7. How are you feeling about this one?
So, the record doesn't show it, but Deshaun Watson has played a lot better. A lot better. He's not on my radar to get smoked this week. I'll let you guys know that. He's been on it multiple weeks in a row. I'm going to go ahead. Yo, your dad just said stop lying. You did a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, if that was the case, why wasn't Eric playing for CMU up at college?
I'm saying, you fucking liar.
So what your dad's saying is you took sticks to the butt when you were in high school before games.
Yeah, shit.
No, but Deshaun Watson's playing a lot better. I don't think it's going to be a 14 point win. I think it's going to be a 7-point win by the Colts.
Yeah, I think that keep it a lot closer. So Jello said by 14, you said by 7?
Yeah.
All right, watch this. All right. Last 11 o'clock game, Colts 7-4 versus Texans 4-7. Now I told you guys last game or 2 games ago or in the Jaguars was this game I was willing to roll the dice with, and it wasn't. But this game fucking is. So the scoreboards just keep going down for me, which makes me feel even a little better. So Indianapolis, the spread is -3.5. So it's going to be a close game is what they're predicting. You got 14, Jello. Tony, you got 7. I'm going to go ahead and go Texans by 3. I'm usually going with the Colts in that defense, but the way they've been playing lately, and I guess they've been getting dubs. They're not bad. 7-4 is a great record. But I don't know, man. I'm just willing to roll the dice on Deshaun Watson and the Texans, even without Will sorry-ass Fuller V, man. They don't need him. I don't think they have David Johnson. Duke Johnson's been doing decent. Who else did they have? Like fucking Randall Cobb and
Brandon Cooks. That's it.
That's like the two shortest fucking receivers in the league.
Yep.
Ain't that some shit?
Tyreek Hill.
Hey, I'm still going Texans. Maybe Deshaun Watson can pull some Clemson out of his ass. We're gonna go ahead and go on to the afternoon games. Oh shit! First afternoon game. Tony, we'll start with you on this one, and this could be a potential game of the week as well. Rams 7-4 at Cardinals 6-5. It is a division game. It's at 205, and the Rams spread is at minus 2.5. So they're predicting the Rams are gonna barely win this one. How you feeling on this?
I'm taking the Rams by 7. And that's mainly because the Cardinals haven't been able to get their running game going. I don't know if Kenyon Drake back in the lineup?
Yeah.
Has he been?
Yeah, he has been. He's been about 50-50 snaps with Edmonds.
Okay. Yeah, still comfortably, I'm going to go Rams by 7. And the main reason I say that is because I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be able to pass on him. And I don't think there's going to be much running going on with Donald tearing up that line.
Yeah, it'll be good. And I like the way Aaron Donald's been playing a lot lately. I've kind of been sleeping on his ass for a couple years, but the way he's been playing lately has been blowing my mind. So, Joe, coming to you on this next one. Rams 7-4 at Cardinals 6-5. It's the first 205 game. Rams spread -2.5. How you feeling?
So I got Rams by 3 on this one. It's going to be one of those games where I think overall it can be good. But, I mean, a lot of people still sleep on Jalen Ramsey, and I've been all hype on him all year, and he's done it every single week. I just don't like that Rams offense coming off this last game against the 49ers. I get the 49ers wanted to win a little bit more, but I don't like Goff throwing those 2 picks, one for an interception. But for me, I look at defenses. Rams defense blows the Cards defense out of the water all day. So it's going to be another one of those close, good games. But I'm going to take Rams by 3. And I think my bold take in this one is watch for a fake punt from Johnny Hekker. Man was a quarterback in high school. I think he could come out, throw some passes down there. So I think this could be an exciting game, though. This could be game of the week. I think it's going to come down to a kick, though. It came down to a kick last week. Rams lost. Same with Cardinals. They lost by 3, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's going to be another one of those games. But this is the big one to watch for those run games, though, on both ends of the ball. Neither are very consistent right now, but I think that's going to be what to watch for, and that could be a defining factor in that as well.
First of all, you crack me up, Jello, because your ass is just funny when you do your takes, bro. You were like, my bold take in this good-ass game, Johnny Hekker with a fake punt.
Hey, that could happen.
What?
You know how many completions that man has for first downs at that point?
No,
I do. I want to bring up one matchup, though. Okay. Jalen Ramsey versus DeAndre Hopkins.
Mano y mano, baby. All game long. And they both.
It's going to be a good-ass matchup.
Hey, this is my bold take on that because it's my turn now. Rams 7-4 at Cardinals 6-5. So Tony had the Rams by 7. You had the Rams by 3. I'm going to go Cardinals by 3. It's just, I don't know, the way you guys are rolling the dice with these scores are making me want to go, just keep rolling it. So I'm going to go Cardinals.
You're either going to kill us or you are going to get smashed on Wednesday.
I know. It's going to be funny.
And I just want to address Jay real quick. Drake scored me 21 points last week in fantasy is what he said. Drake only had 78 yards. So,
maybe he had 2 touchdowns or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he did have 2 touchdowns. So, we'll see. But I don't think that they're going to be giving up easy points like the Patriots were.
Dalen said Jones all day. Who is he talking about? Jones.
Who's in?
Jones. That's why I'm like, Hopkins?
The only Jones I know would be Chandler Jones, and that's a linebacker. Other than that,
I mean, he is cold, but I don't think that's who he's talking about. So, I don't know. But I got Cardinals by 3. I'm not going to even lie to you guys either. This is a little biased because I need a fantasy win. So I need Kyler Murray to do decent and stop scoring 30 fucking points. It's always my problem. Last year in fantasy, I had Lamar. And everyone's like, dude, you got the MVP. Like, how do you feel? And I'm like, realistically, he's get scored like a running back, so he sucks. Like he's trash in fantasy. Don't get him. And then this year I fucking traded for Kyler, and I was like, man, he's cold. He can run. He scores touchdowns. He runs more than he throws, and then when he has to throw, he's trash. So it fucks me. Like he literally has got me like 35 points or less at least 4 times this year. And it screwed me, bro. So I need a big game out of Kyler. I'm gonna go Cardinals by 3. Next game, also a game I might roll the dice with. I'll have to see what you guys say about this one. Jello, coming to you on this one. Giants 4-7 at Seahawks 8-3. How you feeling on this one?
Seahawks, no doubt. There's no Daniel Jones this week, and he's actually been pretty good so far. They got Colt McCoy, so that's gonna be a big thing there. I do like Blake Martinez on the Giants defense. He could be a contributor, but I don't see anybody in that backfield for the Giants stopping Lockett or Metcalf, or even more for that example. So I mean, I think this is going to be Russ's redemption game. Like they call him Danger Russ for a reason. Like he's had some bad games, but this is that game for him to shine and throw 5 touchdowns again. So I got a bet on DK scoring that first touchdown, so we'll see how that one goes. But I think this could be a blowout game. I really do. I don't think the Giants have it in them to do this without Daniel Jones. I mean, so they're going to have Colt McCoy and Wayne Gallman. I get Shepard had a big game, but that was due to Jones. We don't know how McCoy's going to work in this offense right now, so I'm going to go Seahawks by 28. I think this is my only big, bold game for the week, but it's one I'm actually confident in. So, I mean, watch out. I don't think this could be a run game from the Giants, that front seven, or for the Seahawks. I think it's going to be all through the air, so this is why I call it Russ's redemption game. So.
28. Down to Seahawks by 14. Tony, coming to you on this one. Giants 4-7 at Seahawks 8-3.
So, not going to say too much because there is a player on here that's on the smoke. But my thing about the Seahawks is they only beat the Eagles by 6 points. And they're not even the best team in the NFC East. The Giants are the best team in the NFC East.
Yep. Facts.
So I'm not going to roll the dice. I know better than that. I'm not going with the Giants, especially with Daniel Jones being out. But I'm not going to say that Russell Wilson pops off this game either because that man only had 230 yards and 1 touchdown against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 3-7-1. So I'm not going to say he pops off, but I'm not going to say the Seahawks lose. I got the Seahawks by, I'm going to say 7.
I like it. It'll be a good one. That's what my dad even said. What? 28? Hell no. See, now
We'll see you tomorrow.
You crazy as hell for saying 28. The Giants, like I said, man, you just think these teams are just going to lay down and just take an ass.
But I think this is that game where I think everything falls into the Seahawks' favor. I mean, look at last week with the Eagles, they had Darius Slay, and DK still put 177 yards on him, and that's a solid cornerback. Defensively, they have a lot of good players and Fletcher Cox, stuff like that. So it's that thing where the Eagles' defense is the reason they have those 3 wins, not their offense. I still think Jalen Hurts needs to get in there, as much as I don't want to see him get beat up. But that's the big thing. Carson Wentz is the most sacked quarterback, whatever, but their defense is actually pretty solid, where I think the Giants have a few good players, but not solid enough. So we'll see. This is going to be interesting, but that's why I'm going so bold on this one.
So my thing is I haven't really heard Darius Slay's name until I saw him getting burned by DK Metcalf this year. I haven't heard his name worth shit.
Because he's on the Eagles. That's the big thing. It's not like Jalen Ramsey where the team's winning, so he pops up all the time. That's a big thing. Look at the Broncos players. Justin Simmons is going to be in the Pro Bowl. Big dude popping off. We're not winning, so people don't talk about him.
I get that. But Darius Slay is more of a tackling corner. He leads his team in tackles almost every week.
I know. Just like Jamal Adams for the Seahawks. It's
not really the same, though, because Darius Slay is a corner and Adams is a safety, isn't he?
Well, look.
Yeah, he's a safety, but he plays 5 different positions when the way he lines up on the line.
This is
so I
my
think
example with that is Tre'Davious Diggs or whatever, Trayvon Diggs for Dallas, the rookie corner, didn't get hurt, he would have made the Pro Bowl too. But we lose. You know what I mean? Like, we suck dick, and he would have made the Pro Bowl easily.
I just don't think Darius Slay looks at the ball enough. I think he waits for receivers to catch the ball and he makes tackles. I don't see him shutting anybody down.
Yeah.
I don't.
Especially someone like Debo.
And I understand what you're saying though. The Giants don't really have an all-star, all-pro cornerback. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, the one they gave up because the whole criminal thing went to the Chiefs, and that was their best bet. So other than that, in that whole defense, though, they got Blake Martinez. That's like the spotlight for him. Other than that, there's nothing much else there. So
I could see it. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see Russell Wilson lighting it up, and you'll hear my reasoning why later.
All right. So Giants 4-7 at Seahawks 8-3. I can agree with a lot what you guys said. I don't think it's going to be 28 points. Part of me wants if Daniel Jones was in the lineup, I would easily take the Giants and have some hope because the Seahawks defenses can't do it. Their defense is weak as fuck. But with a backup quarterback, just like everyone else in the NFC East, I just don't see it happening. I got Seahawks by 10. I'm gonna split it between 7 and 14. Go ahead and give them a touchdown and a field goal. But I don't know, man. I just don't think Russell. I don't know. I like Russell. I really do like Russell as a player and a person. But his statistics, like Tony said, like 200-something yards and 1 touchdown. Like, you can't throw 200-something yards and throw 1 touchdown and then win by 6 to the Eagles. Like, that's just not okay for you. You know what I mean? Like, if you were fucking Lennon or whatever from Jacksonville, fuck it. Yeah, that's great. You fucking got the dub, and look at those stats. Look at
It's
those
Luton.
stats. Or Luton.
Luton.
What's your first name, Jakey?
I just want to reiterate something. Jello was pointed out DK Metcalf, but DK Metcalf's not their only wide receiver, and they're getting Gordon back this week.
I know that.
No, 16.
So
I don't think Gordon's gonna be a big factor though. I love that he's coming back. He should have never been suspended for what he was at that point.
Eric corrects me. He said week 16, but you still have Tyler Lockett.
No, and I think Lockett still. That's why I'm saying. That's why I think it's going to be a blowout on both ends of the ball. They have nobody that can cover that. And if you run a 2 DK, you got Lockett out there who can catch all day. You put 2 Lockett, you got DK all day. You can't run 3 over. You're going to have a guy wide open. So there's one of them's going to be on man-to-man, and you got more on that offside too who can catch, plus some good tight ends.
Well, I get that, and I get what you're saying completely. But what I'm trying to say is, like you said, Russ struggled passing because Slay was on DK, but he had multiple options to throw to. That's my thing. That's all I'm saying with that.
Well, this just to get off this real quick with that game. So Slay can cover 1-to-1. DK had a lot of those yards off 1 catch because that's the thing. Slay doesn't get penalized a whole lot, so that's a big thing there. So DK had a good amount of receptions, but a lot of it was off that 1 yard. And so they had a double team on Lockett all game. That's why Moore got that freaking touchdown in the end zone at that point.
That's just another weapon too that I'm talking about. We'll see. Let's not spend too much time on this. Jello making some good points out here though. He's coming back with my question. Coming back at my questions like
dead ass. Move on to the next game. Eagles 3-7-1 at Packers 8-3. Tony, we'll start with you on this one. How you feeling on that?
I'm taking the Packers.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, go Pack, go. Aaron Rodgers is my actual front runner. I corrected myself earlier. He's my actual front runner for MVP. We're going to see how that finishes out. I know Pat Mahomes and him are pretty close, but I just think Aaron Rodgers is so efficient. So I'm going to have to definitely stick with the Packers.
He's definitely a wise goat, huh?
Yes, against the Eagles. I'm taking Packers by I'll say 17.
Yeah, big time. Jello, coming to you on this one. Eagles 3-7-1 at Packers 8-3.
So I'm obviously going to go Packers on this one, but I think it's going to be Packers by 10 or less. I don't think it's going to be more than that. I really do like a lot of these guys on the Eagles defense, from Cobb Seahawks to Darius Slay. I do like Slay. There's a reason he wanted out with the Lions, and the Eagles not a big thing. I'm just going to leave that at that, though. I'm going to go Packers by 10 or less. I think this could be another one. The way the Eagles shut down the Seahawks run game is going to happen this week. So I know they run that two-man thing, but I think the Seahawks can do it. I think this game's going to rely a lot on Davante Adams. And I think he's going to shine. He's like DK. He's another really good receiver. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to stick this there. Mahomes is still my number one. I'm going to put Rodgers at 2 for the MVP. Well, actually, sorry, Rodgers at 3. But I think the Packers, they're going to win. Nothing exciting. But after that whole Jaguars game, it's kind of put doubts on them just blowing anybody out at this point. So
my question to you is, who the hell do you think is good on the Eagles?
For, like, defensively?
Anybody.
I mean,
Besides
on
Fletcher
defense.
Cox.
What?
Besides Fletcher Cox or that Graham dude.
I mean, so yeah, you have those are your big 3 right there. But overall, I mean, they've had a lot of guys in and out. So that's where it gets tough. But that's what I like about that team. So those 3 players are what my focus is on, because you got 2 big bets who are consistent. Graham is just killing it this year. I think I don't know where exactly he's at with sacks, but so I mean, there's a bunch of different guys out there, a lot of no-name guys too that you can expect to be doing anything. But the way they stop a run game is impressive. Yeah, Carson had that rushing touchdown, but overall, when you look at it, look at the attempts for the running backs and their yards they have outside of that. I'm pretty sure they've held all backs, like, for the most part, under 3 yards a carry, which is crazy impressive at that point, consistently over and under. But that's why it's one of those things where defense can do some stuff for you, but they got no offense. Like, the Seahawks would have won by more if it wasn't for the fact that Rodgers happened to get that fucking Hail Mary in the end zone. But offensively, there's only one player I like, and that's Dallas Goedert. And that's his number 1 target. So other than that offense, I'm not a big fan of anybody. Miles Sanders is good, but, I mean, not with that offense.
I like it. That's a bold-ass take. Coming to me. Eagles 3-7-1 at Packers 8-3. Fuck the Eagles, bro. I'll never bet on the Eagles. I don't think I've ever bet on the Eagles. I'll have to go back in my shit and check. But Green Bay is going to destroy the Eagles, not just because it's the Eagles, but just because the Eagles are garbage. Like, really, I hate the team, but I'm hating the team right now, being honest. They don't got nobody. Carson Wentz is literally worse than 3 other backups in that division. And then you got the rest of the team who's hurt in and out. It's horrible, bro. Like you said, Darius Slay is garbage. He can't cover nobody. If you can't cover DK, you definitely can't cover Davante Adams. Don't try. So you can double cover, triple cover him. He's going to eat. Jalen said, or my dad said, Davante going to use and abuse Slay. Hell yeah. Like it's a child, bro. Ugh. It's going to be bad, bro. It's going to be disgusting. For real.
Jello, what you guys say?
The dude I was thinking about on the Eagles defense was Derek Barnett. He had a lot of those big plays in that Seahawks game. That's kind of a no-name guy. He's a younger guy, but
this man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect.
Oh, Barnett?
Who?
Derek Barnett. Look him up. Look up in the
Who?
Man,
I shouldn't have to look him up.
How many
He's in the
defensive players
NFL. I
out there?
should know about him if he's something serious.
I'm saying, I said 2 players, and I knew who Graham was, and I knew who Fletcher Cox is. Those 2 dudes on the
Who's
D-line.
Devin White?
On the linebacker for the Tampa Bay Bucks?
So do you know Devin White?
Yeah, he's a fucking beast. I know beasts. I know beasts.
Yeah.
I know a beast when I see
Barnett
one.
Barnett is a beast.
Shit. I know Shaq Barrett. If that's what
Jello tried to quiz you. That shit did not work.
I was waiting.
So many people knows who Devin White is.
So many people don't know who Devin White. I get he was a rookie last year, so overall he was bigger for the Bucks. But a lot of people don't know who that is, and he's number 1 in defensive stats. So that's like a big thing. A lot of people don't.
Hold up, I thought it was a Bosa that was number 1 in defensive stats.
No, in defensive stats, 3 guys they all play for the Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Freaking Devin White and Levante David are 1 and 2 in overall defensive stats. So it takes all categories combined, though. So
Okay, all right, all categories combined. That's where I got confused. I
That's
know
why
one of the
overall,
Bosas is leading in NFL sacks.
Look, my thing
So the sack leader was T.J. Watt, and Aaron Donald is second.
Did you know Devin White has a horse named Daisy May?
No, I did not know that.
Means nothing to me.
I'm just letting you know how much I know about Devin White. That was the wrong person to quiz me on, for real. It was bad. But yeah, Green Bay is gonna destroy him. Next game, Jello, coming right back to you. Patriots 5-6 at Chargers 3-8, and I'm actually kind of excited for this one. So go crazy.
I mean, I can't give this to the Pats. They pulled out a bullshit win against a Cards team who didn't want to win that game. Newton had 84 yards and 2 interceptions. That was his game. And he had some rushing yards. That doesn't mean shit at that point. It's the same thing every time. They're like, well, he won. That doesn't mean nothing. When Peyton Manning won, everyone's like, well, it was your defense at that point. It's the same thing there. He won, but it's just his defense. And it's not even their defense by much anyways at that point. I mean, I'm going to give this to the Chargers. Herbert's been consistent. His defense isn't the greatest, but the Chargers defense versus the Patriots offense compared to the Patriots defense against a huge Chargers offense with Allen and Herbert and Hunter Henry and stuff like that. Chargers are going to run away with this one, but I'm going to say by 14. I don't like the Pats this year. I've never liked Belichick. I don't like how this team is set up. They got so many running backs, yet they're using 5 running backs when they got a consistent Damian Harris, but they're going to run James White out there for 18 yards to get those 2 touchdowns. Like, it's just, Freaking Fowles won the Pats that game at that point. Their yards don't even add up to their scores. So, I mean, Chargers going to take this one, no doubt. I really hope they come out here and Pats just put up 0 at that point and Belichick cries on the sideline. So that's my goal for that game.
Damn.
But I'm gonna put Herbert over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I could see it against this team. I do like the McCourties out there, but who else they got? They got Chase Winovich and stuff like that. But Herbert's done it before, and he'll do it again.
You didn't have to say it. I mean, good lord.
You said over 300 yards
Out.
on the Pats. Wow.
But he's done it multiple times so far against better defenses. So
I feel it. I'll take this one next. Patriots 5-6 at Chargers 3-8. I'm gonna have to completely agree with you. I got LA on this one. I've been betting against my boy Justin Herbert for the past couple weeks, and it's about time I hop back on that train. And it couldn't be against a better team than the Patriots because everyone fucking hates the Patriots. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Patriots lose this one by 21. I think Justin Herbert has a really, really big game. I agree with you on this one. I think him and Keenan Allen go crazy. They got Austin Eckler back. They've been working with it. But my thing is I don't think their defense is too bad. For one, they don't have any Derwin James at the safety spot. He's been hurt. He got hurt like at the beginning of the year or before the season started or whatever. But I think it's the coach, to be honest, that black dude, bro. Started off when he came there, and then he was already garbage, so it wasn't his fault. And then you start Tyrod Taylor over Justin Herbert, and then your doctor punctures his lung and stabs his ass.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, wait, Justin Herbert's the truth. Let me start him. And then you still can't win. So it's like, yeah, your defense could be bad, but, like, everything is starting to, like, shine to you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's done in the dark will come to light, and everything that's done in the dark is done by him. So I'm like, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? So I'm starting to think it's that coach more than anything. But, yeah, I got the Chargers. I got them by 21, man. Fuck the Patriots. I don't think Cam can do anything in this game. But I agree with you on this one. Tony, coming to you on this one. Patriots 5-6 at Chargers 3-8.
I'm gonna go against you guys. I've been saying Cam's a dog. He's not just gonna roll over. I know he's been playing subpar, and last week was actually pretty bad. But I don't think it's gonna be such an ass whooping like you guys are saying. Stephon Gilmore, I think, is gonna play really well against Golladay. I really do. You haven't heard much about him this year, but I think it's going to be a solid matchup. I like that matchup a lot. It's a top 15 wide receiver versus a top 15 quarterback. So, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup, and I think they're going to send some exotic blitzes towards Herbert. I think it's going to be a good game to watch. I think it's going to be a lot closer than you guys think. I'm going to take the Pats by 3. I'm going to go against you guys just because Eric's been going against Jello and I.
Sometimes you gotta go against the grain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jello doesn't know how to do that. He just goes crazy.
You mean like when I chose the Titans over the Colts and stuff like that? Went 13-3 last week. Nothing crazy.
Man, that's nothing
No.
big. Man, that's nothing big. Tomato, Jello. Jalen said Cam needs to be a backup. He won't even be a backup next year. I think he's done.
Squad
That boy's
in the
Kaepernick.
CFL.
That boy's about to get Kaepernicked.
I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. I'm just saying he's a dog. He's going to fight.
I think he needs to be an inspirational speaker.
He's not going to roll over and get beat by 21. Y'all are disrespectful as fuck.
He needs to go fucking talk to high school children about how they work out.
His workout routine be on point.
That's what I'm saying. He could be motivational as fuck on Instagram. He's great at working out. The nigga get on the field and just plays like a doo-doo fucking bag, bro.
I'm not putting all my chips on Cam, though. I want everybody to know that right now. I'm not putting all my chips on Cam. I'm trying to go against the grain right now like Eric's been doing all show. And I think I got some good points to back it up. So we'll see.
You do, and I'm excited to see what you say on this next one. Broncos 4-7 at Chiefs 10-1. Tony, what you got?
Chiefs.
I was like, are you gonna go get Grant again?
No, Chiefs. Chiefs by fucking 21.
Oh fuck! You guys, is Drew Lock back? He is back.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Good.
It's
I don't give
Patrick
a fuck.
fucking Mahomes.
I don't give a fuck. It's Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Honey Badger, Tyreek Hill. The list goes on.
Don't forget Chandler Jones. Just don't forget him and him and him. Don't forget Le'Veon. Don't
Le'Veon. Yo, hang on. Side note. I'm pretty sure Le'Veon Bell challenged fucking Jake Paul to a boxing match.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing, bro? Watch Jake Paul go in there and knock his ass out too. Then what?
Yeah, no.
Then Jake Paul beat the NBA and the NFL.
I'm be like, we want DK. DK, get in the ring.
DK would murder him.
No,
DK
that's why I be like,
murder
fucking
him.
challenge DK. Fuck, you keep challenging all these weirdos like fucking Le'Veon.
All right, so you have to look at it this way. So this would be like a drawn-out thing for Le'Veon. I'm going to join the Chiefs. I'm going to challenge him to a fight. I'm going to go win a Super Bowl. Then I'm going to beat his ass with that big-ass ring on. So maybe that's his go with this at that point. So.
That would be illegal. That's a charge, sir. Speaking of illegal and charges, did you guys see that video of that fucking kid charging the ref?
Ella mentioned it earlier in the episode.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
that was,
bro.
Shit had me dying.
Dude,
like, bro, like this dude out of nowhere, like gets ejected for doing some stupid shit and then hits like a 75-year-old man giving him a nasty ass concussion.
The crazy thing is the coaches got that kid off the field. He was on the sidelines.
Yep.
Shake and baked his coach. Fucking got past his coach and went and just fucking WWE speared this motherfucker. This 60-year-old bald ass man.
You know what the worst part about this is? After that kid hit that ref, parents for that team were cheering for the kid for doing that. And then boom, and look at it, they cheered, they did all that, and now they just got pulled out of the playoffs for that. So
I never thought I would see that in Texas. Like maybe like in Cali or
Texas,
like
I could see Texas all day.
Pennsylvania, but like Texas is like where football is like worshipped like a fucking god.
It's
So
a fucking religion.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I just didn't like when I seen that I was in Texas. I was like, what kind of weird shit? That kid must be like from different. He must be from somewhere else, bro. Because you don't go to Texas and do that shit. Like, you just don't, bro. That's weird. Go to Pennsylvania. Fuck it. Go to New Hampshire and do some shit like that.
Yo, Jay says Bell would rock Jake Paul's shit.
He would bust his shit. What?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Paul.
I've never heard of Bell fucking boxing or even training for football while boxing. I've never heard of any of it. And all these guys hop in the ring with Jake Paul expecting it to be a street fight, but then they find out that it's a boxing match and you can't do some certain things, and you ended up getting a reality check. That boy from Mexico. It's not a street fight. I don't care where he's from.
No, I think he's talking about the kid that rammed the ref.
Oh,
Well, in that case, I don't know. Should I just let? Is that okay? Because he's from Mexico? Is that like what they do down there?
ole pues.
I've seen them get a couple fucking red cards, and I've never seen a ref get fucking charged. Dead ass. So that's ridiculous.
In Mexico.
That's ridiculous. But we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next game. Or actually, no. Psych. Jello coming to you on this one. Broncos 4-7 at Chiefs 10-1.
I mean, all I got to say is Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill, Andy Reid with his eyes closed in the locker room. Chiefs by 28. There's no doubt. It happened last time. It's probably going to happen again.
R.I.P.
My thing is I don't know. Nobody's beaten the Chiefs offense this year. They had that one loss to the Raiders, but the Raiders offense beat their defense. Their defense did not beat the Chiefs offense. So, well, they had an interception, but I think that's about it. So, Mahomes is on fire. He's going to stay on fire. I think he's going to be MVP, no doubt. I don't even think it's going to be a contest at that point, unfortunately. So, yeah, Chiefs by 28. I hate fucking saying it, but I did. So,
Broncos 4-7 at Chiefs 10-1. I personally think the Chiefs could play their second string as long as they had Andy Reid and still beat the shit out of you guys.
Disrespectful. It's the NFL. Don't go too far.
You're right. Any given Sunday, but dude,
No, don't go too far.
the Chiefs.
Don't go too far with it.
The Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl again.
Without Patrick Mahomes, it's a close game. Don't say second string.
Wait, so who's the second string for the Chiefs? Like,
I don't even know.
no,
That's
he's
why.
out of the
XFL.
XFL. Jordan Tamu, I think, is their backup because I think Moore got moved down to practice squad.
Without Patrick Mahomes, that's a close game.
See, my thing is,
But we don't need to have that conversation. Like, Patrick Mahomes is suiting up. He's ready to go.
See, my
say
thing
he
is,
wasn't. Say he got COVID right now. Say it. Just say it.
That changes everything. Chiefs still win, but it's not by 20-something.
My thing is they probably reschedule it for about 17 days so he could play.
Because the Chiefs are a good team. They'll reschedule till Wednesday of 2027. It's the longest season in NFL history.
yeah, no. See, the Chiefs would be at that point where Mahomes gets sick and they're like, you guys win. We have to give that one to you. It's just not fair. That's how that shit would end up.
Well, it doesn't affect them at all. 10-1.
Yo,
They could give y'all.
Jay, it's crazy to me how you say Denver is fucking ass, but you haven't said shit about the Chiefs, the Eagles, anybody with a worse record than us, or Dallas. Say something about them. Leave Denver alone, please. You're making me depressed.
You don't need to say nothing about us, man. We all know. We know.
I'm depressed.
I'm depressed. I'm upset.
We depressed, or whatever DJ Khaled said.
My dad just texted me. My dad just texted me and said, "I want my T-shirt."
I want my T-shirt. I haven't even seen his guesses in the chat.
He sent them to me in text. Fuck Chiefs. That's all I gotta say. I agree with you guys 100%. That's gonna be an ass whooping. Earl Spence Jr. beats Danny Garcia. Damn, I should have had that fight onto the back. That would have been cold. But anyway, next game. This is the
Monday.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 Monday games?
There's 2 Monday games and a Tuesday game.
Yep.
Dude, why? Dude, I don't mind it, but damn, at 3 p.m. on Monday, that's weird.
We do not need to spend much time on this game.
No, not at all. Washington football teams 4-7, Steelers 11-0. You guys all got Steelers, right? Pitt.
Wait, who are they playing this week though? I forgot.
Steelers, Washington.
Oh, Washington. Yeah, I got Steelers, but still, fuck their offense. Their defense is good.
Yeah, can you imagine if Joe was like, "Hold up, Washington. Here's why."
He's like, Alex Smith's leg's looking real strong lately. He's like, he's been driving off that hurt leg like it's nothing. I like it.
Oh no, I really had to get that segue into saying fuck the Steelers offense, but Chase Young is going to beat Big Ben down.
No, we already talked about your hate for the Steelers. Leave it alone.
Chase Young might get to Big Ben a couple times, but that's not going to change the game.
No.
It won't. Next game.
And even if fucking Big Ben's like known for getting minor injuries and coming back and kicking ass.
He's a beast from that shit. Next game, Bills 8-3 at 49ers 5-6. How you feeling on that one, Tony?
This one, I've heard a lot of people say that the Niners are sleepers. I fucking disagree. I think the Bills are going to absolutely win this game. I'm not going to say annihilate. I was about to say annihilate, but I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and say 49ers are going to lose by, I'm going to go 10. I like 10. I like 10 on this one.
I like it. Jalen says Steelers are overrated. So,
Thank you, Jalen.
One good team.
Only offense. Defensive-wise, I like.
Okay, stop. Not one good team, the Titans. I'm not even going to say the Raiders anymore. You're saying one good team. I'm saying the Titans. And you literally said the Titans were going to win this week. So.
I agree. I don't know. I think the Steelers are good. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I don't care how you get there. It's fucking win is a win. If we were all
Any given Sunday. Dallas almost beat the Steelers.
With our third string, bro. With the fucking third string, bro.
Really, any given Sunday. It's not just the players. It's the whole freaking team. It's coaching, everything.
Deadass, everything, bro. Jello, coming to you on this one. Bills 8-3 at 49ers 5-6. How you feeling on this one?
So last time I checked, I'm pretty sure the Niners were the favorite by 3.5 points. Last time I checked DraftKings. I don't know what it's at now, but
they got San Fran by a point right now.
Really? I mean, there's no way. Yeah, the Niners beat the Rams, but that was Jared Goff's one off game this whole fucking year at that point overall. And they won by a kick. It was what, 23-20? Some shit like that. They won by a kick. I'm not impressed. The running back gave up a fumble for a touchdown last week. I'm gonna go Bills by 10. I like the Bills on both ends of the ball over the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers, if the 49ers were completely healthy, I could see them taking this game, but they're not. And Nick Mullins is just not that dude to, come in and look at Josh Allen in the eyes and beat him, like, by any amount of points. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But, I'm pretty sure Sherman's still playing, so he'll be running more with Diggs. So look out for Dawson Knox in this game, but who knows? I'm not saying Diggs isn't going to run all over Sherman, but we'll see.
Jalen said they played one good team, and exactly Dallas almost beat them with the third string, like they're overrated.
I know, but like, pick one. Did they not play a good team, or did they play one good team? Like, stick with what you're saying, dog.
Their defense is still bold as fuck too. I don't care who they play. Their defense is balling.
Dallas almost beating them means nothing. It's literally all comes down to gameplay and game plan. Coaches plan out 15 plays for the first 15 plays of the game, offense or defensive wise. So if one coach out coaches the other for the first 15 plays, then that's the outcome you're going to get, no matter what team it is. They're all professionals.
And that has nothing to do with talent. That's just how coaching.
That's just coaching. You could literally put almost anybody in the NFL on a team, and if one coach out coaches the other, you're going to win. But Mike Tomlin's not going to get out coached for a whole game.
Look at it like Madden, bro. Like, look at it when you play Madden. Like, if you're you don't got to be better, like, actual video game player in Madden. But if you're a smarter coach and a smarter, like, actual football player, you're going to win that bitch. They played one good team. They are fucking overrated. Whatever. We're not even talking about them anymore. Fuck them.
Your dad talked to Jay about the Steelers.
That's crazy. You won't change my mind.
You won't. I'm not trying to change your mind. You're in the chat. I'm gonna talk to you like you're on the podcast.
So I just want to throw this out there when it comes to Madden, just so I can brag about this. Tony, remember this? Remember that Madden tournament we had our freshman year? And I literally won that tournament using the same play every single time. It worked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Madden was probably not the best example, but
shit, I'd be out coaching the fuck out of people when I play them online.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's running a man defense and you're running straight fucking slants, and you have Devontae Adams, or in the freaking Steelers case, you have Juju, you're not going to catch him over the slant. You're not.
Yeah, badass.
So,
they're too good, bro. So, Jello, you said Bills. Tony, you said Bills. I'm also going to go with the Bills, but I'm going to go Bills by 13. A little bit higher than what you guys got them. I don't know why the fuck they have Sanford in here. Sanford got lucky last week. Lucky as shit. The Rams had a bad week. It was a divisional game. Divisional games are always tougher than any normal game. Everyone knows that shit. And like Tony said, it's that time of the year where it's any given Sunday. Anything could happen. But they are not beating the Bills, bro. The Bills are a solid-ass team, offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching. They're a good team, bro, and they've shown it since day one. Those 3 losses are low-key flukes. Like, if the Steelers and them were mismatched records, I could see that easily. And I could say that would be a good-ass 11-0 team, too, but they're just not that way. But they could be. They have the potential to be, so do the Chiefs. But it is what it is. Bills are going to win this one by 13. Next game, Cowboys 3-8 at Ravens 6-5. I'll go ahead and take this one first. Ravens. I'm not gonna go ahead and take the Cowboys like I really want to. If Lamar's back, I think it'll be a dirty ass rushing game. Our running defense is not good. We couldn't stop Odell on doing reverses. What the fuck makes you think we can stop Lamar getting outside? So I don't know. But if we do get a hold of him, we're going to pop his ass. That's what I will say. It's going to be tough to get a hold of him, but when we do, we're going to fuck him all the way up. So we'll see what happens. But I got Ravens by 10. I'm not going to get crazy in this one. I'm hoping maybe it's by 3, but hey, I got Ravens. Tony, coming to you. Dallas 3-8 at Ravens 6-5.
I want to point out, I think someone behind you on the screen just broke their collarbone. He's laying down right now.
He got his ass smacked.
Yeah, and that looks really uncomfortable. I'm gonna go Ravens by 14. I think going back to what we were talking about coaching wise, I think the Cowboys get out coached in this one, let alone talent wise.
Wow.
You just rip ass or what?
It wasn't me. I turned around, bro. Who do we go? Oh, Jello, coming to you on this one. Cowboys 3-8 at Ravens 6-5. How you feeling on this one?
I'm going to go Ravens by 17 on this one. But this is why. So I'm not going to say it's talent versus talent at that point. What I'm going to go off of, though, is how penalized that Cowboys defense is. I love Leighton Vander Esch. Man's a beast, but that man knows how to get a flag thrown on him, that's for sure. And is Zeke going to be able to hold on to the ball? I mean, one of my favorite players in the entire league is Calais Campbell. Man is just a monster. He's going to eat that second-hand lineup for the Cowboys all game. So I don't think this is Zeke's game or Zeke's year at this point. I think they have enough receivers who might be able to do something from time to time, but the Ravens still have Marcus Peters, who isn't the greatest, but he's not bad by any means. They have some good coverage linebackers. They do got Derek Wolfe as well when he's healthy. But I think Calais Campbell's just going to run all over him this game. I mean, he's quicker than Andy Dalton, so if he gets around those screens, gets around those double teams, I mean, he's going to be tackling Dalton with his own fucking lineman at that point. So, I mean, I think that's the reason. I think this is the defensive game for him. Ravens defense can show out like they did last week against the Steelers. I think they can just blow this one out on that end. So
yeah, I feel like
Jay, just to clarify, Lamar is not out. He is playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jalen, I said the same thing before the podcast. I would have took Dallas if Lamar was out too, but he's not. It'll be intense. But next, we are going to get into some discount smoke. Let's get it. Discounted Smoke is a portion of the Rick T podcast presented and answered by your host, Big T, a.k.a. TK22, a.k.a. Tony Cave, where he's giving no free smoke, but maybe a little bit of discounted smoke to some players who he thinks are a bust or a catch in Week 13. So, Tony, who you got for free smoke this weekend?
All right. To start this off, we're going to get this fucker out of the way. Sam Darnold. How the fuck does this man still have a job? I don't need to explain myself. How does he have a job?
No clue.
Jello, you got an answer?
Because they have no one else at the current moment, they play over him besides Joe Flacco.
Shit,
But
Flacco's the truth.
that's
Okay, I'll take it, but
They-
still, fuck.
the reason he has a job is they have no other big players to trade for a better quarterback.
That's fair. That's why they're tanking, in my opinion. Sam Darnold just needs to fucking stop. All right, my next one, Russell Wilson, fell off.
Wow.
That team is not a Super Bowl contender anymore. At the beginning of the season, they were. Now they are not. Russell Wilson, the offensive line, all of it's not coming together. Can't blame the wide receivers. You cannot blame the wide receivers at all. It's the quarterback, and it is the offensive line, mainly Russell Wilson, not a Super Bowl contending team. Does anybody have an argument for that? Anybody want to talk about that?
Oh, hell no. I agree 100% with that. They're boo-boo.
Cello?
Yeah, I agree with most everything on that one.
Okay.
Sam Darnold even start every now and again, Jay. Sam Darnold starts
Yeah.
every now and again.
Yep, that's why I said, how does he even have a job? I didn't say, why is he still starting? And my other one, Jello brought this up on Wednesday, I want to say, maybe last Wednesday. Tom Brady. That man is averaging 2 interceptions over the last 3 to 4 games. And no one's talking about it. But I'm going to talk about it. When Russell Wilson had 2 to 3 interceptions over the last whatever games, everybody was on that man's head. They were not giving him any room to breathe. Now that Tom Brady's done it, silence. Fucking crickets. And I'm not letting it go. Tom Brady averaging 2 interceptions over the last 3 to 4 games. If you're going to criticize one quarterback over in the league, criticize every single one that does it. I don't care if he's one of the most iconic quarterbacks in the league. If he's the GOAT, I don't give a fuck what you want to call him. He's playing like shit over the last 3 to 4 games. So that's quick and easy. No arguments. Do I have any arguments from anybody?
Nope, I agree
Nope.
100%.
Chat, let me know if you have any arguments. I will answer them after Jello's segment. But, I mean, I don't see how you could. I mean, these are all straight facts. These players are not performing how they should, how they were projected to. Sam Darnold, even with how he was drafted and how high he was drafted.
Never said you said he started, Tony. Okay. Yeah, Sam Darnold, I don't know. He starts every now and again. That was quick
Yeah.
easy discount smoke for my boy T-Cave, bruh. Kept it nice, kept it simple, and I agreed 150% on the players you had on there this week. All them dudes need to get the smoke. Next segment, we're going to go to Jello Shots. So Jello shot. It's a 3-shot system towards a player, team, game, etc. Shot 1 is his easy shot. It's a call he made that didn't happen but should have. Shot 2 is his mid-level shot. It's a call he made that didn't happen but could have gone either way. And shot 3 is his bold hot take, which is a hot take he made that didn't work and bit him in the ass. So Jello, who do you have on your Jello shots this weekend?
Number 1, gotta go Raiders. There is no way they were ending up on this bitch. How do the Falcons come out without Gurley and Julio for the first time this season with both of them being out, and they just blow you up at that point? Like, Derek Carr is supposed to be so hyped up. Don't get me wrong, as a Broncos fan, I thought it was great. But, I mean, I did pick them because I didn't think the Falcons had this in them. But the Raiders just, like, gave up. Like, they're just like, nah, fuck it. Like, it's good. Like, the Raiders' defense is not bad. As much as I hate to say it, they're not. Like, but they're just like, nah, you can have this game. Like, was it 43-6 at that point? So that puts it at, just stupid. Like, really? Like, so, I mean, I take a little bit of buyback on that one for the Falcons defense. I mean, they ran the shit out of them that game with no big players at that point. So I give it to them a little bit on that one. Not going to give them much leeway on that one, but, man, fuck the Raiders. I kind of do wish it happens again this week to them, but we'll just see.
Yeah, I feel it. I wouldn't mind it happening to him, too.
Right. And
I
so
wouldn't mind it happening.
me and Tony are gonna agree on the second one as well. I'm putting Russell Wilson out there. This is my thing. I love Russell Wilson, and I mean, you don't see a lot of drops from that receiving core at that point. Their line's not holding up, and he is getting hit more. But what this man's been able to do since he came in the league in 2012, winning a Super Bowl 2 years in or 3 years in, whatever it was at that point, I think it was 14. Just a huge thing for me at that point. He's a smart enough quarterback. This didn't happen before. Why is it happening now? So, I mean, I'm not going to give him too much on that one, but I mean, that Eagles defense kind of ate him alive out there. But 231 touchdown at that point should be unheard of for someone like Wilson at that point, which is all going to lead me up into my favorite one. Me and Tony will agree on this one every time. It's fuck Tom Brady. This man begged for years to get him a solid receiving core. He has a solid, completely set up receiving core. What is he doing? Nothing. He's throwing interceptions. We'll just start it off a little bit. Scotty Miller, Cameron Brate, Gronkowski, Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. You got Fournette, Ronald Jones in the backfield. You have a pretty solid line overall, and you are just sucking. He is too goddamn old. I mean, he's making stupid decisions like when he went to the Vikings at that point. Like this, I mean, he is not there anymore. I mean, I thought it was third down, like kind of Tom Brady, like
He's off.
this, and it's gonna keep happening, man. He is not doing good. Like, and they want him to throw him down the field, which he should be able to do. If you want to be an NFL quarterback, like to be consistent, you have to be able to do that. When you got so many freaking wideouts out there. Like, you got Gronkowski running 20 yards down the field at that point. Like, when all your receivers run like that, you got to be able to do it. And this man can't throw over 8 yards without throwing it to the other team. So, one thing I want to tell people is don't hate on Wentz or Trubisky if you're not hating on Brady at this point, because stats look pretty similar besides Brady's probably getting sacked a little less than Wentz, of course. But other than that, I mean, it's his dumb choices. And you've been in the league for 20, 21 years at that point. That can't happen. He's doing everything he's talked crap about other quarterbacks are doing. He's doing right now, not throwing it out of bounds, throwing it up just wherever the hell he wants to, and it is blowing back in his face. I think it's great at that point. These other teams are coming out and blowing him out. I think this is wonderful. Fuck Tom Brady. I'll put him on every week. I mean, most likely the way he's played is going to end up here every week. So, man needs a couple shots because that dude's wobbly for sure. So,
Dead ass. I can agree with everything you said on that. Two things with that. Tom Brady, it all started when he went to Tampa and walked in the wrong person's house. That's when you should have known, like, this dude is fucking senile or something. And then
Brady walked to someone else's house?
Yeah, bro. As soon as he got into Tampa, he fucking, instead of going to, he was supposed to have, like, a meeting with his coach and walked into, like, one of his coach's neighbors' houses and, like, the kids started screaming and then, like, he ended up, like, signing a bunch of shit for him and everything was all cool and it was a joke. But, like, he dead-ass did that shit. Like, really did not know what he was doing.
He pulled a Chad Kelly, but he was sober.
Uh-huh. He got kicked off a high school field. Like, they didn't give a fuck who he was in Tampa Bay. They were like, yo, you can't be on this field. Get off. Kicked his ass off. And then the second thing is, I've noticed one thing with veteran quarterbacks, like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and then I'm not going to say Carson Wentz is a vet, but he does this like a vet, is maybe not so much this year, he doesn't do it, but vets, like them veterans, don't take sacks, but they take a fuck ton of intentional groundings. Like, they would literally rather take that intentional grounding than get hit. So they just be throwing that shit away, and they're dead ass in the middle of the pocket with little pressure. And you're like, what the fuck was that? But I always see it, bro. I always see Tom Brady just throw that shit through the end zone, and I'm like, he threw that shit like 30 yards high. Like, there's no way that's not intentional grounding. And then the refs talk about it, and then it's whoop, flag. You know
he's throwing all those stupid passes. Shit. Like Giselle said, she'd dump him if he ever got a walker at that point. So
shit, I believe her. I believe her ass too. She's like, you ain't making that money. That's probably why he's still playing. He's like, my wife said she'll leave me the minute I say I'm retired.
Right.
I'm done. She's gone. She said she's going to fucking Kyler Murray.
You know the best part about that, if they ever fucking broke up too, she wouldn't even take half because she makes double what he does. So.
Damn. What does she do? She model?
She's a supermodel, yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Giselle, so.
Yeah, she fucking is.
Damn, boy. Jalen said Gronk be doing me good in fantasy. I believe it. I mean, lately,
but that's the issue. That's an issue, though. You got 4 wideout receivers who can catch and run, and Gronk's your number 1 receiver at 100 yards.
And
Like,
two running backs like you do. The two-headed
Yeah.
monster. That team should be way better than it is, man. But we're gonna get
it's
into
my biggest issue. The fact that the Bucks set the record for least amount of run plays in a game, being 5, one of those being a kneel, like, is dumb. They need to run the ball. Brady is not the answer with this offense as of now. But
that ass.
I'll get flack for that, but that's perfectly okay.
That was my boy's Jello shots. Got right into it, man. We about to get right into what's the Rick T, man. Let's get it. So we're just gonna read off a couple things, see what we have to say about a couple things. The first topic is Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow's lengthy rehab can now begin. The Bengals announced the rookie quarterback underwent a successful surgery Wednesday, 10 days after tearing his ACL and MCL in his left knee. Joe Burrow underwent successful surgery yesterday, the team said in a statement. The procedure was planned, and as he is expected to make a complete recovery, Joe will begin the recovery process, and we look forward to his return. Burrow had reconstructive knee surgery performed by a doctor in Los Angeles. The quick turnaround improves his chances of being on the field at the start of 2021 at the beginning of training camp. Cincinnati are anticipating Joe Burrow will need 8 to 9 months to recover a season-ending injury cut short. What was shaping up to be an excellent first year for him, though. In 10 games, he completed 65.3% of his passes and averaged over 268.8 yards passing a game, while tossing 13 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. Burrow's absence likely seals another top 5 selection for the Bengals at 2-8-1, which is probably going to be Penei Sewell out of Oregon, their left tackle, if they can get that pick, whose needs remain consistent throughout the roster. The downed franchise can at least take pride in not being on the market for a quarterback this year, though. You know what I mean? Because they know they have their guy. Yeah, he did get hurt, but they know he's going to be back and better than ever, which I'm actually more confident in Joe Burrow coming back more normal than I am Dak Prescott coming back normal or more normal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more scared for fucking Dak than I am for Joe. I think Joe Burrow will come back and be the same damn Joe Burrow, but I don't think Dak's going to be fucking running and doing all the crazy shit he did. You know what I mean? Like, just different circumstances, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it's a good thing he underwent a successful knee surgery. But like I read a bunch of statements a couple weeks ago, and they said it was a lot worse than they thought it was. You know what I mean? So Jalen said Odell is already back doing workouts. I know. I've seen those.
It was rehab, but yeah.
Those things look crazy though. Like that dude was
quickly to build that muscle back up.
I was like,
so
damn. I know that hurts.
But Odell's a different breed. I don't think Odell and Joe are gonna heal the same.
Yeah. Especially because Joe's is worse, but I guess Odell's been hurt before too.
Yeah.
Like he knows what it's like to come back from an injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this is his second season-ending injury, so.
Shit, and he had the same injury Dak Prescott had, so I'm hoping Dak comes back and is alright. Shit, if Odell can do it, but I don't know. Like you said, Odell's a different breed.
Right.
But next,
I think.
What'd you say?
So I think the only one with this is like I like Joe Burrow coming back. To get onto that Dak thing just real quick is I think it's gonna be harder for Dak to come back because I feel like the Cowboys are gonna have competition for him. They're gonna see if he can be the same Dak he was this year coming back off of that. So I think that's where the struggles are gonna lie. Is how much do the Cowboys trust Dak this year? So we'll see. But I love Joe Burrow coming back from this. People are hating on it so much, saying he's never going to be the same. Man, he's not a huge runner, so I don't see any issues with it whatsoever. So
shit, as long as the backup and competition isn't Andy Dalton, I'm cool with it. I'm down with whatever. But we'll get into the next topic, man. LeGarrette Blount, everyone remembers him, right? He's a beast. Former NFL running back LeGarrette Blount has announced his retirement from football. The 3-time Super Bowl champion revealed on Instagram Saturday morning that he's officially called it a career. He said he just wanted to inform everybody that he's officially retiring. He last played in 2018. He said, I thought long and hard about this decision. I've talked to my closest family members and friends about this. We've collectively agreed on this decision. It is in the best interest of me and my family. He made the decision on his 34th birthday, which is kind of old for an NFL running back, but it's not completely old. Over the course of a 9-year career, Blunt made his mark in the NFL as an unmistakable bruiser with a nose for the end zone and unwilling to desire to be brought down. His 9 seasons in the NFL were spent with 6 different teams, starting with the Tennessee Titans as an undrafted free agent from University of Oregon, Go Ducks. Blunt made his NFL debut with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2010 before getting traded to the Patriots in 2013. He signed a free agent contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers before finding his way back to New England. And then he spent each of his final 2 years with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Blunt spent mostly his career days playing in New England, where he helped win 2 Super Bowl rings. And then his second to last year when he played in Philadelphia, he won a ring for Philadelphia, and he beat the Patriots, which is kind of bittersweet for him, I guess. And it said Blunt's career totals ends with 6,306 rushing yards, 56 touchdowns. In 11 playoff games, Blunt's totaled 600 yards and 11 touchdowns. So, my question for you guys is, this guy was obviously a beast, but who was that running back for you guys that, like, changed the perspective? Like, who the fuck could you guys look at, run the ball, and be like, good lord, man, I just love that guy. Like, he's my favorite running back ever. You know what I mean?
So, let's see. I don't know. My favorite has to be AP. That's a big one growing up. When he got drafted, that was right heading into high school. That was middle school, high school. Watching that man just tear it up. Plus, when you look at age, Peterson's 35, but he's in much better shape overall, and he's more capable of running it. I get Blunt is only 34 in comparison,
I
but
found a few locations for running near you.
but Blunt's built a whole lot different. Much bigger dude, much more stout at that point. So I give it to him. I'm not surprised he hasn't played since 2018 for a reason, because so many running backs are coming out of college. They'll take the younger, fresher guys than a lot of those vets. The only reason Peterson has been in the league this long and is still doing it is because he still has that capability in his game. So, I mean, I hate to see dudes retire and stuff like that, but this one's not as surprising as, like, Kuechly from the Panthers, for example.
Yeah, I feel that. Jalen said his was Reggie Bush. I could see that too. Reggie Bush was a beast. Tony, who was yours? You're on mute.
Mine's a toss-up between Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore. Frank Gore is just all over the record books, man. He was real fun to watch back when he was a little bit younger. Mowing over people, putting people in the fucking turf.
Back for San Fran?
Yeah, back for San Fran.
Yeah.
That was really fun to watch him back in the day. But, I mean, I'm probably going to have to agree. Adrian Peterson. That was kind of like our generation's Barry Sanders, you know? Dude's just a beast.
He just doesn't know when to hang the fucking cleats up, bro. He said that man
Yeah.
is jumping 5 yards to get
I'll say young Adrian Peterson. How about that?
Yeah, I feel it. Mine was fucking Ricky Williams, but that's just because my fucking dad used to be a hella big Dolphins fan and shit, so I used to always watch the Dolphins and all kinds of shit, so I loved Ricky Williams. He was a beast.
I got to meet him once. It wasn't for long, but
Was it bald Ricky or was it dreaded Ricky?
it was dreaded Ricky.
Oh, wow, so you met the fucked up Ricky.
I mean, you can't really call him fucked up whatsoever, but, I mean,
I'm just
I still think it's cool. Man, that's why, like, I don't know. I mean,
Rick
still,
James,
still
Ricky.
cool. So I know a woman who's overall the biggest Ricky Williams collector in the world at that point, and she's actually she meets him like you could call it on a regular basis at that point. Shit's insane. So I never called him real crazy. Like, I mean, you could do much worse than Ricky at that point. Like, you just got to smoke weed every day. Like, live by it.
Dude,
But
no, just got federally passed. I mean, we'll see when that bill gets signed, but
Well,
hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna need you to contact that lady and see if she can get him on the show.
In the Springs.
What?
Yeah, she's in the spring. I mean, she's an older woman. I know her from my card game, my side business, basically. But she's in the Springs. She's like probably 20 minutes from you.
Damn, bro. Tell her to link up. I'll go meet Ricky with her.
Right? I don't know how how that all works with her, but literally, like, it gets down to like everything 34. That's her deal. Like, there's nobody in the world even close to that.
Ooh. So that boy was fucked up. That's what Jalen said in the chat. Man, it is
Yeah.
what it is. LeGarrette
But I'm
Blount,
gonna throw out another running back real quick before we hop off this. Another one I think you guys might remember. Maurice Jones-Drew was another
Yes.
one I loved to watch. Back with
Yes.
Gerard or
Didn't he
Gerard.
play for Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was a beast.
That man was a beast.
between him and Fred Taylor for the Jags there, that was always.
And he was short, too. I liked him because he was short. I think that was...
I don't know why. It's just like with basketball too. I dig it. That's why Doug Nate Robinson, just that shorter dude coming out balling out.
Man,
like-
don't ever say Nate Robinson on this podcast ever again.
All right, Nate Robinson in the NBA, not trying to throw fists.
Little
That man,
sleepy ass.
that man's built to dunk over Dwight Howard, not throw fists at people. So I'm never going to give him credit for that. But his NBA career, I'll give.
He don't represent the NBA. Swaggy P tweeted it. He does not represent the NBA.
Swaggy P doesn't even represent himself. What, like, honestly, like.
Yeah, he does. His name's Swaggy P.
Yeah, and Pascal Siakam is about to take that from him, no doubt.
Hell no, bro. This is crazy.
I cannot believe you just butchered Siakam's name like that.
It's Siakam. I mean, there's multiple ways to say it. You got Siakam, but most people say Siakam. And that's how
You said Pasquale, like we back in Denver, bro.
Hell no. Oh, shit. Don't bring that name on here, man.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that fool.
Get my fucking head
It's
chopped
Pascal Siakam.
I said Pascal.
You said Pasquale.
I don't say Pasquale. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm a little too drunk at this point.
Man,
but
let's move on.
shit, let's hop on to the next one
Yeah,
real
we're
quick
moving on,
before we
man.
keep this going.
I'm throwing the challenge flag on Jello.
Oh, hell no. Dirty Bird problems, man. Atlanta's rematch with New Orleans might include some important participants. Receiver Julio Jones and running back Todd Gurley are questionable for Sunday's game meeting with the Saints. Jones has been dealing with a lingering hamstring issue since the start of the season. Injury in week 1 and aggravating it. Also, the following week, he managed to fight through the issue, catching 54 passes for 677 yards this year and 3 touchdowns in 8 games, which is not bad. He's been out 3-4 games, but left early in Week 11's loss to the Saints because of the same injury and did not play in Week 12. Calvin Ridley stands as reliable placement, but is worth nothing as he is limited in practice on Friday, aka yesterday, due to a foot and ankle troubles. He's also missed time this season. Gurley has a knee issue and hasn't had it for a good portion of the year, starting with the ACL injury in college at Georgia and extending it into his pro career with what has been described as an arthritic problem. While never fully confirmed, Gurley seemed to be on a pitch count in his final year and a half in Los Angeles and was released in early 2020, landing a spot with the Falcons' free agent signings. Gurley has scored on the ground 9 times this season, but has done so while falling 4 yards per carry, rushing only for 610 yards this season on 167 attempts. He's also near the bottom of the league in rushing yards over extensions per. He's averaging 0.45 yards per carry. So not even like a yard, bro. Like, that's trash. For the second straight season due to Pro Football Focus. So my question is, they obviously did the thing last weekend where they came out and beat the fuck out of the Raiders, but do you guys think they can do it again?
No. I mean, I have the Saints winning this game, but this is my thing. It's going to come down to defense because the Falcons did stop the Raiders' run game, which has been good all year. So maybe they could do that again. But you got to look at the Saints defense, though. I mean, everything you got: Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, Hendrickson, Demario Davis. Like, you got dudes shutting people out all game. Hendrickson, with one being called back, had 3 sacks in a row. Like, they're just eating. So, I mean, if Julio is out there, I think it'd be a little bit of a closer game. I highly doubt they're going to do it. This is a losing season overall for him. So I don't think they're going to take that risk at that point, especially if they're trying to trade him in the offseason. So, I mean, the Falcons don't have a chance. Saints have been killing it this year with winning both those games, especially against their division rivals. So, I mean, I don't think the rush game is going to be as crazy, but I think it's going to be more than their game in the air, just with Taysom Hill being that solid run game too. But I think the Saints defense is just going to come out firing. And you got to look at the interceptions that team's getting, how many Matt Ryan has thrown this year. He's killing it in passing yards. And I do like Ridley, but I mean, they can shut some people down right now. Like, that defense is just insane. What I wouldn't do to have like just one more of those guys on the Broncos defense would make it that much better. They're just, overall, they're solid. Like, but that's just me. I guess I'm totally biased because I'm big on those defensive guys, like, just killing it like they are. So
I feel it. Jalen says, I agree with Jello. They should play them, make it a better game, sick of the bullshit. And yes, sir, Jello speaking facts, is what Jay said. Damn, likes your comments. Tony, how do you feel about it?
Jello hit it on the nail. The only other thing I want to add is the Falcons are inconsistent, and inconsistent doesn't work in the NFL against winning teams. Taysom Hill, best second-string quarterback in the league.
Shit, hell yeah.
No doubt about it. I don't even care if he doesn't throw the ball as much as we want to see it as first quarterback. I don't give a fuck. They can run an option. They can run the ball every play for all they want. They're still going to win this game. I got the Saints easily whooping the Falcons.
I agree on that one, man. It was more of a biased question, not going to lie, because I have Julio on my fantasy team. I was like, fuck, this nigga got to play. But we'll go on to the next topic. Josh Gordon returns again. The return of Josh Gordon from suspension is an example of the rich just getting richer for the Seahawks, man. Gordon won't be available until Week 16, their game against the Los Angeles Rams. That strengthens the offense for the most important remaining regular season game they have and gives them another weapon for the playoffs. The Seahawks arguably have the best 1-2 duo at wide receiver with DK and Tyler Lockett. David Moore is also solid as a third receiver. It didn't help that Seahawks got nothing out of Philip Dorsett, who was a fast candidate to the third receiver, but Gordon can now fill a void and make this for a great four-man receiving corps. Where Gordon will help is on third downs. Last year, he was great on slant routes that produced first downs. Though the numbers weren't great, he proved his value. Russell Wilson also really, really likes him and was excited when he found out that he was getting reinstated back. So my thing is do you guys think he should get reinstated back? I'm going to say right now, I love Josh Gordon. I have his jersey and shit for the Browns. He used to, like, inspire me because I was a little pothead that played football and shit. But, dude, I don't even have enough fingers on how many chances that dude has got in the NFL. Like, no one gets another chance in the NFL, but this guy gets 20?
all right, I mean,
Fuck.
there's been plenty of players to get those extra chances.
But, like,
Antonio Brown, Kareem Hunt. I mean, you could go down the list. I mean,
this is like his third one. This is like his third or fourth chance.
But this is my thing. He should. I get the rules on top, but he should have never been suspended for it. I don't like that Ricky left the league for that same kind of thing. I don't like it. Like, I mean, you got dudes getting suspended for PEDs while you got dudes getting longer suspensions because they smoked a blunt like 2 weeks ago. I don't really like that. It doesn't make, in my opinion, it doesn't make them better. It doesn't enhance their body. I mean, this is the thing. You have a better chance of just eating more smoking pot than anything else. Like, that's no, like, bias or hate towards anything. But if you want to make a case for it, which is why I like, especially the NBA, getting into not testing for it, because it's not making anybody better. No one's out there smoking 10 blunts and it takes their game from 10 points a game to 60. Like, that's not how that works. So I'm happy he's back. I don't think he's going to come in being a crazy receiver with just the amount of time he's missed. Like, this man has missed more months in a year than he's played games in the last 5 years, which sucks. It should have never happened. I don't like it, but I hope the NFL does what MLB and NBA has already done and takes us out of the equation and gives Gordon a full chance to do what he deserves to do at that point. So, I mean, this is my thing. He smoked pot and he's been out of the league for this long. There was a video of Kareem Hunt kicking a chick in the face. and he is in the league no problem. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, he got suspended, but Gordon for pot really dumb.
Man, we want Ray Rice. We want Ray Rice back.
Hell no, that's a hell no.
Swear to God, we want Ray Rice back.
Dude, I don't know what the hell it is with dudes in hotels and elevators, man. I don't get that.
That's literally what Kareem Hunt reminded me of so much is Ray Rice, and Kareem Hunt got right back in the league like it was nothing. And I was like, what the fuck? Where's Ray Rice? Like, dead ass, where's Ray? He's not around, man. Tony, how you feeling about the Josh Gordon situation? You feel pretty...
I have been so excited to talk about this ever since you sent out the topics, to be honest with you. I got a lot of factors to this. I'm going to try to keep it real short, though, okay? Jello hit it on the nail. The NBA is allowing players to smoke pot and hoop. Allow motherfuckers to smoke pot and play football. And here's my thing. The NFL forcibly makes players go the opioid route. The opioid route where addiction, it's one of the worst addictions that you could have is an opioid addiction, right?
Yeah.
Pot's not addicting. Like, there might be like, yeah, my stomach hurts when I don't fucking smoke, so it's hard to eat type of shit. But it's not fucking withdrawals. You don't have withdrawals. You don't have any of that bullshit. I mean, plus you got, football's a contact sport. If a player wants to get high instead of ruining his liver or his pancreas or anything, any organ that's going on with all these different painkillers that affect all these different organs, let them smoke pot. Like, let them eat edibles. Like, even if, like, edibles, like, even if a player, okay, so there's the argument that, oh, well, pot could hurt your lungs and you won't have the right conditioning. You'll be out of breath. Edibles. I guarantee you not one NFL player wants to ruin their career for pot, so they're going to take edibles.
On God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear the lung argument either. I don't want to hear any of it. I think pot is perfectly okay. I think, honestly, the president should be able to fucking smoke pot for all I give a fuck.
Maybe he's allowed.
Probably. I mean, they're talking about passing a bill for federally decriminalizing marijuana, and honestly, I think that's the next best step for the NFL, and that's when I think the NFL will finally be on board with letting players smoke pot instead of going the route of opioids.
Dead ass, bro. Jello, what are you going to say on that?
All right, so I just got two more things real quick. And smoking pot will keep you from getting your lung pierced by a needle from your doctor. Like, we call that okay, right before a game, but not smoking a blunt or taking a dab, anything like that. I don't get that. And for everybody listening right now, this is coming from a dude who doesn't smoke pot. Like, I don't. Like, I have my weird reasons behind it, but, like, I support this fully. Just because I don't do it doesn't mean I don't want to see other people not do it, especially when it helps so many people. So I don't know why it took this long for these fools to accept this. And this is the thing. The MLB passed it before anybody, and they got a lot less people smoking pot than the NBA or the NFL. It's open that players do. They just find ways around it. But, I mean...
Larry Fitzgerald's been doing it for 16 years, he said. He's like, they only drug test twice a year. If you can't figure out when you can smoke and when you can't, you're dumb.
Right.
Like, holy shit. Like, damn, he's right.
And he is one of the most outstanding, like, off the field citizens in the NFL.
Yeah, likable people. Yeah, he's a great person. Great ass person, man. I got one thing about that Josh Gordon signing, man.
I'm going to try to keep my composure.
A few moments later.
His very first move as the executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
Look, his name isn't Lamar Odom, but bro, like I said, bro, he's got a million fucking chances. I can't get behind this one. This man needs to go work sales. I truly... He said, I seen this thing and they don't want them getting high and going out to play. Well, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
It's just like alcohol.
Yeah.
They don't ban their players from drinking alcohol. You don't see players down in a fifth of vodka before they go out in the field. They're not going to get high So they need to get off their high horse. I know Jay's just saying that he saw something that said that. I'm not directing this at Jay. I'm directing this at the upper management who said this,
That's
or the
ridiculous.
public who said this. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't agree, Eric. I really don't. And here's why, is that every violation that he's had has been marijuana. He's not getting caught with marijuana, then going out and doing crack. He's not out there doing marijuana, getting caught, and then going out there and fucking robbing a fucking store with a gun. He's not out there shooting himself in the foot and coming back next year. Like fucking what's his nuts from the Giants 10 years ago.
Yeah. Fucking.
You know what I mean? Like I don't agree personally.
I'm just saying that because it's like, yeah, I get it was with Pop, but like, if you fucking keep burning yourself on the stove, how many times are you gonna keep touching the fucking stove? Whether it's on low temp or high temp. Like, just stop touching the fucking stove. Just stop smoking.
That's fair, but
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know much about your homeboy fucking Ricky Williams, but how many times did he get caught?
A fuck ton. ton.
Okay, but I didn't hear you say the same thing about him. So like, it goes back to the Tom Brady thing and Russell Wilson thing.
But Ricky,
if you get caught smoking pot, you should get behind that movement.
So, and like you said, you don't know much about Ricky Williams, but let me express this. So Ricky Williams got caught like 2 or 3 times with pot. He got suspended from the NFL for like multiple years and had to go play in the Canadian Football League. And then when he came back, got busted again, and then he was like, I'm done. And now he's like a big advocate for pot, bro. Now he's like got his own weed, is like got his own weed pages and shit. So like he gave up that career for pot. But it's like Josh Gordon wants them both, and you can't have them both until they fucking say it's okay. And like they're just getting to that step where they're saying it might be okay to have them both. You know what I mean? So it's like right now he's ahead of the curve because he's been getting caught for fucking years upon years. He's been doing this shit since he was at Baylor. He admitted it. He was like, I was selling coke and shit at Baylor. So he was doing all kinds of crazy shit. But now it's like, bro, you can't get paid millions upon millions of dollars and be one of the best receivers in the league and then throw it away for fucking pot. Like, you just got to choose at that point. And at that point, I would choose the money. And if not, then fucking, if you're going to choose the pot, then be like Ricky Williams and choose the fucking pot. You know what I mean? Like, choose that shit fully. Forget football and just be about it. But it's everyone's different opinion, and like I don't know, maybe he really does like love football. Maybe he's fucking in love with football, but I don't know.
I want to touch base on something that Jay said in chat. He said if they knew they were getting fucked up before the game, they would get in trouble. What do you mean, Tony? I just want to clarify. If they treated pot like they do alcohol, it's easy to tell when a player is high during a game. His eyes are cast. He's talking slow. You're like, it's not hard to tell, just like if a player was drunk. So you enforce it just like in alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't. I'm not saying it's okay for a player to take a dab and go out on the field. I'm saying it's okay for a player to get done with the game, do his press conference, go home to the comfort of his house, and smoke pot if he wants to there.
Especially
That's what I mean, just to
especially if he's
specify,
hurting.
Jay.
Like, he shouldn't have to take a fuck ton of handful of pills because of that game. He should be able to smoke a joint and go to sleep.
Yep.
I get it now. I'm just saying, it's like, until the rules were changed, you can't. Like, it's just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just one of those sucky ass rules. But
I get that.
we'll go on to the next one. Next question for you guys. We'll keep this kind of slight just because my phone's on 5%, so my shit's gonna die. We gotta get this going. Who's the top 5 defensive players in the NFL right now to you, Jello? Just give me 5.
All right. So my number 5 is going to go to Xavier Howard. Man's got 7 interceptions on the year, just balling out, doing everything he needs to. And I love that man's style of play right now. And I think it is killer. So I got him at my number 5. Number 4 was a little bit more tough, but I'm going to go with Minkah Fitzpatrick. Man did have one game with those 2 interceptions, but just the way he can play the field and his intelligence on and off the field at that point is insane. Like I said, I love the Steelers' defense. I really do. They have a lot of solid players, but Minkah is just one of my favorites. It's one of those things why I didn't understand why they got rid of Minkah out of Miami, but the way he's flourished with the Steelers is just insane. My number 3, I'm going Aaron Donald. Man, second in sacks. But this man's just a beast. And this is my thing. Even if his stats aren't high, you have to look out gameplay. They're double teaming every time. So when you're double teaming Aaron Donald, you got another dude coming off the wing, hitting him from the other side. So he's able to draw those 2 and 3 person coverages on him when he's rushing. And that's a huge thing. You might not get 40 sacks a year. He's been defensive player 2 years in a row for a reason at that point. And he's doing it again this year. I mean, 10 sacks through 12 games is great at that point. And who knows? The sky's the limit at that point. But I think he's just a great player. With my number 2, this one was real tough on deciding, but I went with Jalen Ramsey. I've been hype about him. I'm hype about him every time we do this. But his stats might not be where they could have been other years, but the way he can shut down receivers, you don't need stats. You don't need 4 interceptions, 5, 6, 7 interceptions. When you can go out there and stop DK, you can stop all these big name receivers you face all the time. You can stop DeAndre Hopkins at that point. Like, it doesn't matter who he plays against, he kills them every single time. Man is football IQ like top notch. And he's just balling. And he's doing it easily too. That's the thing. It's effortless for him. Which is why I loved him getting out of that Jaguars team overall. Number 1, another Steelers player. Gotta go TJ Watt. Another one of those line guys that I like. Especially he's got that linebacker position, but plays every position he needs to besides nose guard at that point. I mean, he leads the league in sacks again. The man's been killing it. He's got forced fumbles and everything else, tackles, stuff like that. So, and that's another one. People double up on him all the time, and then you got another guy hitting you from the other side. And he can draw coverage, and the way he can read an offense and almost see what's happening next is insane to me. So that's why I put him number 1, just his overall play. This is probably the only time I don't come down to stats fully, because there is no way in hell that if you look at overall stats, Bucks have 4 out of the top 5 players, which is crap. Because the Bucks defense ain't doing shit lately. So
Jalen said Demario Davis, Jalen Ramsey, Devin White, Aaron Donald, T.J. Watt, and I would also put Marshawn Lattimore in there too. No cap. That's cap. That's cap.
I like Demario Davis too. Don't get me wrong, but he's in my top 10, but I can't put him in my top 5. And it's not the fact that he's not good; it's just the level of other players. Because don't get me wrong, Jalen, I love Demario Davis. Like, the man is a killer. Same with Hendrickson. I got Hendrickson for the Saints in my top 10, but I just couldn't put him up in my top 5 with other players that are out there.
I feel it. Tony, who you got your top 5 defensive players of the year for?
Completely agree with Jello. I have no arguments there.
I feel it. Mine, at 5, I got Xavier Howard. Same with Jello. 4, I got T.J. Watt. He's been playing really good, but I just don't think he's as good as other players. 3, I got Joey Bosa. For a shit Chargers team, he's been just doing fucking monstrous things. 2, Aaron Donald. That man's been doing it for years upon years. That's why I got him at 2. And then at 1, I got Devin White. That man he's young. He's moving around. And he plays for a decent team. He's going to have a bright future. So those are my top 5 players too. I'm going to skip that last question. The last question was dumb. Who's your top game of the week? Actually, now we'll ask it real quick. Who's your guys' game of the week and 1 player to watch from them? Tony, who you got?
This week was hard. To be honest with you, I'm going to go with that Patriots game. I'm not going to say that Cam's going to outperform Herbert. I'm not going to say that, but I think the Patriots outperform the Chargers. I think my player to watch, I'm going to go ahead and say Herbert. This is going to be a close game in my opinion, and that's why I can say the Patriots come out with it, but Herbert's my player to watch.
I like it. I think Herbert's going to go off. Jello, who's player or game of the week and 1 player to watch from that game?
Mine's Redskins and Steelers. I mean, this is going to be a good game. And my player to watch is actually going to be 4. And that's the entire Redskins defensive line. 4 first-round picks, 5 including Ryan Kerrigan, who hasn't been playing. And look what they've done to all these teams. Like, unfortunately, taking out quarterbacks is not something you want to see, but they just beat every offensive line. And the Steelers' offensive line is good, don't get me wrong, but this defense just is fighting like crazy. So I guess if I had to pick exactly one player, I'm going to go Chase Young. I think he could be defensive rookie of the year. And that's with missing some time too. Man is just out there eating every game. He's doing what Winston does every week, except he's starting, not on the bench. He's just eating dubs on that defensive line. The team might not win every week, but that defense.
No, dead ass, bro. So fucking game of the week and one player to watch from that game. Jalen said, "I'll catch y'all later. Peace, brother." My game of the week is definitely going to be the Rams and the Cardinals game. I had the Cardinals in this one, but my player of the watch is definitely going to be Jalen Ramsey. He's going to be locked up with DeAndre Hopkins all game long, and DeAndre Hopkins isn't no bitch that's just going to back down to him. He's definitely going to test Jalen Ramsey's temper. So I think Jalen Ramsey's going to be the one to watch, bro. It's going to be definitely a fun matchup to watch. If anything, I'm going to describe it like Odell and Josh Norman. Back when it was like Panthers and Giants. You know what I'm saying? When it was just a battle the whole damn game. I think it'll be a lot like that. Two of the best in the game going against each other. Both of them are kind of, I'm not going to say disrespectful, but they both know they're really good, so they both have that chip on their shoulder. So I think Jalen Ramsey will be the player to watch. But we'll see if he can handle DeAndre Hopkins, man. It'll be a good one. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Saturday's podcast. December 5th, episode 13 of the Rick T Podcast, man. I want to thank everyone who tuned into the show. Like I said, man, go ahead and put your guesses in. You go ahead and go 13 for 13. You definitely win a free Rick T Podcast t-shirt. And like I said a couple weeks ago, and I'm saying it again today, if you guys could like and subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow and subscribe on the Twitch page, I would highly appreciate it. Get your boy some coins in his pocket. Keep this thing going, keep this thing moving, man. I want to appreciate you guys for coming on the podcast again, Jello, Tony. It's always a pleasure to talk some sports with you guys. We had some stuff going on in the back. There's still a Pac-12 game playing, bro. And it's almost midnight.
It'll be playing all night. It's going to be one of those 5-hour games at this point.
Like, good Lord. How the fuck is that even possible? But like I said, man, thank you guys. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Tune into the YouTube. Like and subscribe on here to the Twitch, and we'll keep it popping, man. We're going to be back on Wednesday talking about the games and see what the fuck went popping, man. You guys got anything else to say?
Nah, everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. So I got a little secret announcement I didn't tell these dudes about. If we can get to this 1,000 subscribers, we can keep killing it. I got a crazy-ass giveaway to do if we can get to this 1,000 mark. So keep it coming. Man, you show us some love, we're going to show you some love. That's how it's going to go. I mean, it's this 50-50 thing. It's like a damn good relationship at that point. So keep it going.
I like it, bro. And you guys,
yo, Jello's surprises are worth a good coin.
Hell yeah, Jello fucking meets NFL players and gets shit from them and all kinds of shit and sells a bunch of dope shit. So definitely get to those subscriptions, man. Let's get to that giveaway, bro. We see you guys on Wednesday. We'll get it popping, bro.